I want to tell you a story. It's one you're familiar with, but I'm going to put a different twist on it. On April 14th, in 1912, 1,528 people went into the frigid waters of the Atlantic as the Titanic sunk beneath them. Now, we all know that story. We've all heard it. But maybe you haven't heard this part. In that 1,500 people that went in, one was Reverend John Harper. Now, the boats had already taken off, the rescue boats. These people were left in the water basically to die. As they struggled, as they fought to survive, as they tried to get to the boats, one man, John Harper, swam around trying to get people to come to Christ. See, they could have gotten in the boat, they could have survived, but that wouldn't have actually done anything for them long term. He wanted to make sure that those people had an eternity with Christ. And so he swam to people, leading them to Christ, and then swimming to the next. He swam to one man who initially said he did not want Christ. He would not opt for salvation. That man was one of 6 people who was finally saved from the waters and was able to tell us the story of John. Because, see, John came back to him to give him another chance. And he did accept Christ. And in tears he has talked about it, or he had talked about it in the survivor groups that he was in. Only 6 people, 6 bodies came from the water, but how many did John save as he swam from person to person telling them about Christ? So I heard this story recently, and then I've thought about it quite a bit since then, and I think we are also in frigid waters. The world is sinking beneath our feet. There is nothing here that can save us, and yet we go about just like people did in Noah's day, marrying, eating, working, as if we weren't in a dire situation ourselves, as if we could still rearrange the chairs on the deck of the Titanic and life would be okay. But the Lord has really brought that to my mind, this story, a lot. And I've thought about it and thought, Lord, I am supposed to be swimming over to others and helping them to come to you, because our eternal lives are in the balance, not just our physical ones. And so I swim to believers and say, wake up. Do we look and see what's going on around us? Do we see that people around us are dying? What are we doing with our life? Where is our focus? And so the Lord has been talking to me about that. We're all dying, and there should be an urgency for us too. We need to get ready so that we can be the John Harpers to those who we can get to, that we can swim to. We don't have to save the whole world, but we are supposed to impact those who are around us. And who is going to talk about us? Who is going to say, because of this person, this believer, I know Christ. Because of this believer, I have a deeper relationship with Christ. That person has helped me to really define who I am in the Lord. We make an impact, good or bad, every day with every person we run into. And every person that we lock eyes with is going somewhere. We are either going to heaven or we're going to hell. We are either going to be eternity with Christ or not. So let's ask God to get us out of denial. We are swimming in frigid waters, and the time is short. We have so much to give to others. We have a knowledge of Christ. We have life and light and salt to make them thirsty. All we have to do is start recognizing the situation that we're in. It feels as if it's always going to be like this. And that's why Christ says, the day that I come back will be like a thief coming. We won't know. We know the time is short. We know he's coming. We just don't know what day. And so there really isn't any time to wait, because what if he comes back today? And I had planned on reaching out and helping others to know Christ, and I don't actually get the opportunity to do it. We have to look at where we are swimming. There's nothing here. The water is frigid, but Christ is with us. And we can pray and ask God to give us enough love, His love, for those around us, that we would care more about their eternal destiny than we would about our daily comfort. So the story of John Harper, swimming around in the frigid waters, telling people about Christ before he died, doing it until he could not anymore, until the cold overtook him, is something that I have been thinking about for about a week now, and asking the Lord, how can I make the same impact? What can I do in order to spread the same good news, give hope, give life and your love to other people? So it's planting a seed. If the Lord's making me think about this week, I hope He has you think about it as well. Not to feel or to be desperate or to fear what is coming, because what's coming is joy. And we want to take as many people as we can with us. So glad to be here for a few minutes with you. Glad to share that story with you that has made such an impact on my life. I hope it does for you as well. You are blessed, so go and be blessed today.